Hello students. In the earlier class, we have discussed about journal entries, ledger accounts and subsidiary book. In subsidiary books, we discussed purchase book, purchase return book, sales book and sales returns. Now we will discuss about cash book. In cash book, we have three types of cash book, that is single column, double column and triple column cash book. So in single column cash book, first of all, cash book means we take only cash transactions into the consideration. And in single column cash book, there will be no differentiation whether it is cash, bank or whatever it is, we take in the same account. When we come talk about the double column cash book, we take cash at discount, or if it is all payments are through check, we take bank and discount. Then comes the three column cash book, where we have cash transactions, bank transactions, means through check they are making any payment, or receiving any amount through check, that all comes under the bank. And next we have is discount column. So now let us understand how do we prepare the three column cash book. So this is the question given to us. Now we will prepare the three column cash book. Why? Because we have cash in hand, cash at the bank, and as well as we have some discounts also here. So first what we will do, we'll draw the three column cash book and we try to understand how actually it will be solved, the three column cash book. So first we will look at the question. Enter the following transactions in various subsidiary books and post them into the ledger of the business trader or trader. So here they give it cash in hand, cash at bank and capital account. For capital account it's different. So we take only cash book, we take only cash transactions. So here cash is there in hand, cash at bank, and also capital means the cash is coming into the business, that is 50 lakhs. Now bought goods for cash, this is also cash transaction. Purchased goods from Mahishmati and company, that is trade discount, so it is a credit purchases, this will not check. Why? Because it's a credit transaction. In cash book, we will not take credit transactions, we take only cash transactions. So this we will not take. Next, sold goods to Bahubal. This is also a credit transaction. This also will not take into consideration. We take only cash transactions. Next one, withdrew rupees 5,000 from banker. So your bank is coming and it's a cash withdrawing, means we will withdraw what? We will withdraw cash from the bank. So it is a cash transaction. We will not take. We will take only in the cash book. Sold goods to Katappa. This is also a credit transaction. So we are removing the all credit transactions, because in cash book we take only cash transactions. In cash book we take only cash transaction. So I am just removing all the credit transactions. Next, paid Mahishmati. So we are paying cash. So it's a receipt. Cash is coming. So I'll take this. Goods worth returned by Katappa. So goods are returned. Say purchase returns. So in purchase returns, we will not take. Why? Because they are returning the goods. The cash is not coming anything into the business. So here I'll not take even this one also. This goods worth returned by Katappa. Next, received. What we will receive? We will receive cash. So that is a cash transaction. I will take in the cash book. Next, purchased goods from Shamsher. So this is also credit transaction. We will not take in the cash book. So I am highlighting those items which we will not take in the cash book. Next, cash paid. We are paying to Shamsher. What we will pay? We are paying cash. So when we are paying cash, the cash transaction. So we will take in the cash book. Next, purchased furniture from Kuntala house on credit. It is a credit transaction. Next, we have paid into bank. What we will pay? We'll pay cash. That we will write. Next, goods worth 6,000 returned to Shiv Dayal and company. So it's a have we done any transaction with Shiv Dayal? No, we are returning. So it is a purchase returns. Goods will be sent back. So it is not a cash transaction. We are sending only goods. We are returning back. Interest on capital provided. We are providing interest on capital. Next, goods worth 4,000 taken by the proprietor. So goods are been, so it's nothing but the drawings that has been taken. That is goods. Next, advertisement is a by check we are making. Salaries, cash sales, paid into bank, received 59,000 from Bahubali. So we are receiving cash and purchased stationery. We are purchasing the stationery also. So if we just look at here, these are the different transactions given to us. So interest on capital is also a provision we are providing. It means we are not paying. If you can just look at here, you can check here. It's not a payment. Why? Because we are only providing. Means the provision. In future, we are going to make payment. So now we are making a provision for which we will keep some amount aside. Some amount aside. So it is a provision where we are not going to really pay any amount. We are making provision. If they mention interest paid, then we will write here. But now we are not writing. Even goods worth. Goods are taken. Cash is not taken now, so I will not take in the cash book. Here interest also I will not take. Why? Because I am providing. I am not paying. If it is paid, then only I will take in the cash book. Anything else? Yeah. This is a credit transaction. In cash book, we take only cash transactions. Here they clearly mentioned on credit, so I will not take this. So now I will prepare cash book. Is the screen visible?
My voice is not audible.
Okay, okay. Is the screen visible?
Yes, it's visible, ma'am.
Okay. So now I will draw the cash book. So here we write date column, particulars. LF number is not required here. I'll just remove it. We write only cash book. cash, bank and discount. Again date column, particulars. So here we write date, so we write here date column, the heading would be date, the next column would be particulars, next cash column, bank column and discount column. Again on the credit side also date column, particulars, cash, bank column and discount column. So this will be the account format. So under date, if you just look at here, cash in hand is given here. Cash in hand means it's an opening balance. Cash in hand means it's an opening balance. We are having cash. Yes, so it's opening balance. It's an asset. Cash is an asset. So all assets shows debit balance. So cash what we are having will be showing on the debit side. So here the date will be 1/1/2017. Date column it will be 1/1/2017. Now under particulars column we write to cash in hand. To cash in hand. And here the amount, if you look at here, they're given 15,70,000. And also they given cash at the bank. So I'll write the next line, it would be again the same date it will come. But here I'll write to cash at the bank. And the amount is 25,40,000. Next, what we are doing next? We are purchasing goods. How we are purchasing what goods for cash? Whenever we are purchasing, only you have to remember, whenever we are preparing cash book, you have to see whether it is a cash transaction or not. If it is a cash transaction, we have to differentiate whether it is a cash receipt or cash payment. Cash is coming into the business or cash is going out of the business. We have to see that one. Here, what we are doing, purchasing goods. Bought goods for cash. We are purchasing goods. Whenever we purchase, the cash goes out of the business. We are purchasing now, cash is going, then the goods comes into the business. So whenever we are purchasing, cash is going out. Whenever it is a out, it is a payment. We write on the credit side. We write on the credit side. All payments will be written on the credit side. The right side we call it as payments and the left side we call it as the receipts. So whenever we are making payment, it is a whenever we are purchasing any goods for cash, it is a payment and the cash is going out of the business. So I'll write here 3/1/2017. Why my cash is going out? Because I am bought goods. Bought means nothing but purchases. So I'll write by purchases. By purchases. And the amount is 41,000. Amount is 41,000. Cash is said now, so I'm writing in cash column. As is still cash, so I'm writing in cash column. Next, look at here. What is the next one we have? Withdrew rupees 5,000 from bank for private use. Withdrew bank 5,000 for private use. So whenever who is withdrawing, owner is withdrawing. So whenever owner is taking for private use, it is called as drawing. Whenever owner is taking any amount from the business, we call it as drawing. So whenever it is withdrawing means what? Cash is going out. He's taking cash now. He's taking from where? He's taking from the bank. So whenever he's taking from the bank, cash is going out means the check, whatever, either in the form of check or in the form of cash, it is going out of the business. So I will write it's a payment. So I'll write on the credit side. All payments will be on the credit side and the date is 9/1/2017 by whenever anything is withdrawn by the owner, we call it as drawing. We call it as drawing. And how is taking? He's taking through check from bank now. So I will write in the bank column only. And the amount is 5,000. He's taking from bank, so I'm writing in the bank column only. Now look at the next one. Paid Maheshmati rupees 50,000 in full settlement of their account. Actually, how much amount we have to give to Maheshmati? If you look at here, we have to make 58,000. But how much we are making? We are paying him 50,000. Okay. So we are making only 50,000. So when we are paying, so it's a payment to us. So I'll write on the payment side. And the date is 15/1/2017. To whom we are paying? Maheshmati na. So I'll write by Maheshmati. And the amount is, how is paying? Look at here. Paid Maheshmati in full settlement of their account. But here they did not mention is it through bank or cash. When nothing is mentioned, we assume they paid through cash. When nothing is mentioned, we assume they paid through cash only. So I'll write in the cash column how much is paying? 50,000. Paying 50,000. So this is cash column. This is bank column. Now next one. Received.
Ma'am, 1 minute. Ma'am, in the left side it is there. Ma'am, have to cash it bank at 25 lakhs 40,000. That
That is
has to be in bank column or cash column.
capital now.
Okay.
Bringing capital into the business.
Then we should. It was mentioned that cash at the bank. So I
I did
thought
not understood. Please. What?
on 2017 on first date, it
Yeah.
was cash in and another one cash at bank. So
Yes.
cash at bank means
Okay,
it should
okay, in bank
reflect in
column,
the
in
bank
bank
column.
column, bank column. Yes,
Bank
yes, yes,
column.
yes, yes. It's in
That's
bank
fine.
column. It's in bank column. Is it clear now?
Clear, clear.
Okay, okay. It's in bank column. Okay, next one. Received from Katappa. So it is a receipt to us. So when we are receiving, it's a receipt side. All debit side, that left hand side is a receipt side. So I'll write on the receipt side. And when we are receiving on 20th January. Who is paying us? Katappa is paying. So we write to Katappa. Katappa is giving now. So we write his name. And how he is giving? Only he said received. That's it. So when nothing is mentioned, we have to assume it is a cash transaction only. So I'll write in the cash column and the amount is 40,000. Next, 60,000 paid to Shamshir. See, look at here, he is clearly mentioning us. 60,000 paid to Shamshir and company by check and discount receipt. How we are paying? We are paying him through bank, through check. Check means bank column. And also we are receiving some discount. So I'll write here on the payment side. Date is on 28th January. To whom we are paying? We are paying to Shamshir. To buy Shamshir. How we are paying? We are paying through bank. Bank means check. Bank means check. So whenever we are paying through check means we write in the bank column and the amount is 60,000. We are paying 60,000. So what is doing? When we are paying 60,000, he given us 3,000 as discount. He given 3,000 as discount. So what I do, I write in the discount column 3,000. I write in the discount column 3,000. Now, look at the next one. Paid into bank. This is very, very important. This type of transaction is very, very important. Paid into bank. Whenever we are paying into the bank, what do we pay into the bank? We pay cash. Whenever we pay cash into the bank. So whenever I am paying cash into the bank is receiver. Yes, bank is receiver. What is going out? Cash is going out from the business. So when I write journal entry, I will write bank account debit to cash account. I will write bank account debit. I will write like this. I will write the journal entry first. I'll show you the journal entry. Like this we write. Bank is the receiver because we are paying amount to him. We are depositing. What we are depositing? Bank se personal account, bank name will be there. Debit the receiver. So I debited. Now, what I am paying? Cash is the real account. Credit what goes out? To cash account. So this would be the entry. Whenever like this entry, anything comes paid into the bank or withdrawn from the bank for business purpose. So in that case, our entry normally whenever we pay, this would be our entry. Bank account debit to cash. And if you look at this problem, here we have cash column as well bank column. Here also we have cash column and bank column. So when we get like this type of entries, we call it as contra entry. We call it as contra entry. When we have both bank and cash transaction in the same cash book. When this type of entry comes across, that entry we call it as contra entry. So here, what I'll do first, I am depositing it to the bank. Yes, so bank column is there, here cash column is there. Both columns are there. So what I'll do, I'll take one by one. Just first look at it. Where is bank here? Bank is in the debit side. Yes. So I'll come to the cash book debit side and I write here, what is the date? 26th January 2017. What I will write? I'm writing first bank effect now. Bank is on debit side. So I'm writing first on debit side. I'm taking first bank effect. So I'm coming to the debit side, writing on debit side date, and what I'll write? I'll write opposite of that. What is opposite to bank here? Cash is there. So I'll write here, sorry, here. Here I'll write to cash. To cash. And the amount is 22,000. Now in which column should I write? I will write in bank column. I will write in bank column 22,000. Now again here,
On the credit side, we should mention on cash.
yes ma'am, yes
Nothing, ma'am.
please.
Again, In the now credit side, we need to mention on cash side, na?
No,
Like
yeah, on credit side we take the cash effect. So
cash
now I'll
account,
write on the
like
credit side, that is 26 January 2017. What I'll take opposite to cash, what is there? Bank is there. So I'll write here by bank, and I'll write amount in the cash column because I'm writing cash effect. Whenever I'm taking the effect of that particular transaction, I will write that effect only. Here I am taking bank effect, so I'm writing in the bank column. Here I am taking cash effect, so I'm writing in the cash column. And this type of entry we call it as contra entry. This type of entry we call it as contra entry. And we write in the brackets as C. C means contra entry. Like this you have to mention. Is it clear?
clear,
Yes?
clear.
Yeah. Now, look at the next one. After this, we have the next one is paid into bank 20,000 over. Next, paid rupees 50,000 for advertisement by check. We are paying advertisement expenses by check. So advertisement is an expenditure to us. All expenditures will be written on the credit side. All expenditures will be written on the credit side. So I write on the credit side. The payment now, expenditure means payment. So I'll write here the date is 30 January 2017. By advertisement, it's an expenditure name. How I am paying? I am paying through check. Check means I'll write in the bank column. I'll write in the bank column and the amount is 50,000. Next, paying salary to the staff. So paying salaries to the staff is also an payment to me. It's an expenditure to me. All payments will be written on the credit side. So I'll write on the credit side. The date is 30th again January, 30th January 2017. So here the name of payment is what? Salaries. I will write by salaries. And they did not mention whether it is cash or bank. When nothing is mentioned, we assume it is a cash transaction only. We assume it as cash transaction. So I write in the cash column amount as 18 lakhs. Next, after that we have cash sale. Whenever we sell, we get cash. So it is a receipt to us. So I write on the receipt side 30th January 2017. How I am receiving cash? By sales. So I write to sales. And it is a cash sales. They clearly mentioned. So I write in the cash column 21 lakhs 80,000. Next, paid into bank. Again, we got the other transaction same as contra entry. Paid into bank means bank is receiving, debit the receiver, bank name here. So bank account debit. What we are paying into the bank? We are paying cash. So to cash account, this would be our entry. So again, it is contra entry. So what I'll do, I'll take first bank effect. Bank is on which side? Debit side. So I'll come to the debit side and the date is 30th January 2017. So what I'm taking? Bank effect. Whenever I'm taking bank effect, I will take opposite of that one. That is cash is there here. So I'll write to cash. And it is a contra entry. So I'll write in the brackets contra. And which column should I write? I will write in the bank column. Why? Because I'm taking bank effect and the amount is 20 lakhs. Now I will take cash effect on the credit side. So 30th January 2017. I'll write by bank. Why? Because I'm taking opposite of that one. So in which column I will write? I will write in cash column and the amount is 20 lakhs. This is how we write the contra entry. Next, we have received from Bahubali. Received means it's a receipt to us. Cash is coming. Whenever receipts, all receipts will be written on the debit side. So the date is 31st January 2017. Who is giving us cash? Bahubali is giving. So to Bahubali, receipt na. So what is telling? Received from Bahubali rupees 59,000 and discount. So here we are receiving na. So he did not mention bank or anything. So we assume it is a cash receipt only. So I'll write in the cash column amount is 59,000 and we are receiving discount. I think after a long time we got discount on debit side. So discount is 1,000. Now next, purchased stationery. We are purchasing. Purchasing means what is happening? Payment. Yes. So when what is the date? 31st January 2017. What we are purchasing? Stationery. So buy stationery. They did not mention cash or bank. So I'll write in the cash column. That is 1 lakh. Now all transactions are completed. Now we will balance it. So whenever we are balancing, we have to draw a line like this over here. We have to draw a line like this. Okay. So we will balance it. Then we will get the difference. See, this is how we total up. And the difference we write. The difference of debit, if debit is more, if you look at your cash side, debit side is 38 lakhs 49,000 and the difference is 64,000. Similarly, bank column 45 lakhs 62,000 and the difference is 44 lakhs 47,000. This is balance. And for discount column, there will be no balance. For a discount column, there will be no balance at all. Just we will total up that. So you can just look at here. Here only we have totaled 1,000 discount on the debit side and 3,000 discount on the credit side. This we received and this we have allowed. So there is no total for the, there will be no difference or there will be no balance for the discount column. There will be only total for the discount column. This is how we prepare the 3-column cash book. Next. Next one is petty cash book. Petty cash book means whenever we require small transactions, or for example, in the office normally, in any offices, they will have small tea daily. Yes, or sometimes they need small stationery, such as they need paper, they need pen, or they need something, anything expenses. Every time they cannot go for the management ask for the small expenditures daily because they will be providing tea to their employees daily. Further, they'll not go to the manager and ask for the amount. So what manager will do? He will give some amount to the accountant, and accountant has to look after those expenses for the whole month. And that cash is given for meeting the petty expenses, means small expenses that are required or that will be used for day-to-day running of the business. So that is called petty cash. And for this, they will maintain a book that is called petty cash book. What they'll maintain a book called petty cash book. And if you can just look at here. So look at the question. Cash received from main cashier rupees 500. Paid carriage rupees 5. Stationery 10. Paid coolie charges 2. Traveling expenses 15. Paid expenses in relation to refreshments 50 rupees, paid postage 10 rupees, and sundry expenses 10 rupees. So these are called petty expenses, and for this we will prepare petty cash book. You can just look at here. This is simple petty cash book. Simple petty cash book means on debit side we write. For example, if you look at here, cash received from main cashier. So cashier has received how much amount from the manager? 500 rupees. So that he has written on the receipt side. Now all these are expenses now: carriage, stationery, coolie charges, traveling expenses in relation to refreshments, postage. So these all are expenses. So what they did, they have written all the expense on the credit side, and the difference 500 minus this amount, the balance is 398 rupees. So this is simple petty cash book. We have even analytical petty cash book. We'll look after that. So in analytical petty cash book, what we will do, whatever amount he has received, we will write on the, then look at your credit side, this is amount which is 500 rupees, date we write, and particulars. For example, here we were having stationery, traveling expenses. For everything, we draw a new column. We write here buy stationery and we draw a new column, stationery column. And if any traveling expense, we write buy traveling expenses in particulars and we draw a new column called traveling expenses. And for postage also, we write buy postage and we draw a new column that is called as postage column. Like this. Next, we have impressed system. Now, let us look at this how actually we calculate whenever we have an impressed system. Okay. Now, look at the question. Cash received from main cashier 500. Cash paid, expenses paid, carriage 5 rupees, postage 10. Paid expenses towards stationery 30 and sundry expenses 25. Hamali charges 15, traveling allowance 25. Paid postage 10, sundry expenses 10. Expenses in connection of refreshment 75 and carriage 20. Paid stationery 25 and sundry expenses 10. Hamali charges 30. So these all are different expenses. So this we are trying to understand the impressed system. Impressed system, petty cash book. Okay. So just look at here. Whatever amount he has received, written on the debit side, that is 500. This LF number, date column, we write all rates together, particulars. So he received 500 rupees now. So we are writing cash. To cash. Whatever cash they receive, write to cash, but they will write here the amount is 500. So whenever they receive, they write like this. Any cash received from the owner or anyone, it will be written like this. So this is of 500. This is receipt. Okay. And these all are expenses. These all are expenses. Given in the question by carriage. So write in expense column and they will draw a column called carriage. Next, they have postage. They will write in the total column postage and they will draw a new column called stationery. Or look at your postage column. For stationery, they'll write in total column stationery and they'll write in the stationery column. Sundry expenses, again they will draw sundry. So first they will write all expenses and write in the amount column and they will draw a new column. See, if you look at here, stationery is already here. See, here is there, and also here it is. So it is also here. So what we are doing, we are not drawing two times. We will draw only one time. In that column only we write. Look at your stationery, 30 rupees. Here is also here, and also here also. So if the same expenditure is repeating, so we write in the same column. We will not draw again two times stationery column. Like this, we write all the expense in the expense column and also draw the simultaneous column whenever or wherever it is required. Just look at here. Postage here is also postage. It is 10 rupees. And also here also postage. So we are not drawing again new column. In the same column, we are writing the repeated expenses. Like this, we'll write it and total all the expense column also. Total expense column we total up and all the expenses like this we total up. We total up all these expenses. Now, later what we will do? Actually, how much the cashier has given the amount? Cashier has given 500 rupees. Now, out of 500 rupees, total expenses were 320. So, what is the balance? 180 rupees. So here we write as the month is January, the last date would be 31st January. So we have written buy balance carried on 180 rupees. How we got 180 rupees? We got 180 rupees by the difference between 500, whatever we received, minus 320 of expenditure. We get 180. This is how we got the expenditure. That is balance carried on. 500 minus 320, we got here 180. Next. Now again total will be how much? 320 plus 180. It will be again 500 only. Will be again 500. Total will be again 500. Now next month. This month has closed. Again February 1. This balance 180 is there now, that will be brought to the next month. So two balance here it will be brought down. It's not carried down. It's brought down. It's wrong here. It is brought down, not carried down. So how much we are bringing? 180 rupees. So again we write on the receipt side 180. So every month what happens? Every month the cashier will give 500 to the accountant. So now already 180 is there. So how much balance he has to give? He will give 320 rupees for again next month. So to cash again 320. Like this again, if any balance is left over, for example, in February month 80 rupees are left over. So in next month how much he will give to the cashier? He will give how much? He will give 420 rupees. This is how we do the cash book. Next, we talk about the trial balance and rectification of errors. In trial balance, nothing but whatever ledger accounts we prepare, like cash book, purchase book, sales returns, or any ledger accounts, whatever we prepare, that all balances we write in the trial balance. A statement where we find out the total. So this is how we prepare the trial balance. Name of the account, debit balance, credit balance. That's it. Look at here. This is the question given to us. Cash account, debit balance, this much amount. Capital account, credit balance. So what we will do, we will draw an account and we will write it. That's it. You just look at it if you want, we'll draw it here itself. We write particulars. Debit column, credit amount in rupees. Debit amount in rupees, credit amount in rupees. So look at here, what the first one given to us? Cash. Cash account. So it is a debit balance already given in the question. So I'll write in the debit column 41,58,000. Next. Capital. Capital is what they given. They given us credit. So I'll write in the credit column 50 lakhs. Next, we have bank account. Bank also shows a debit balance. So I'll write in the debit column 10 lakhs. Next, we have furniture. Furniture also shows debit balance. So I'll write in the debit column. The amount is 2 lakhs. Next, we have purchases. So in purchases, it is also debit. So I'll write in the debit column and the amount is 10 lakhs. Next, we have Rakesh Traders. So here Rakesh Traders is a credit balance. I'll write in the credit column 3 lakhs. Next, we have advertisement. And advertisement is a debit balance. So I'll write in the debit column 10,000. Next, we have sales account. Sales is a credit balance. So I'll write in the credit column and the amount is 15 lakhs. Next, they have Vinit Traders account. It is a debit balance, so I'll write in the debit column and the amount is 1,50,000. Next, they have Robert Trader's account. It is also debit balance in the debit column, 1,50,000. Next, we have rent. Rent is also debit balance, so I'll write in the debit column 20,000. So like this, we write all the expenses as per the whether it is a debit or credit. Wages is also debit, so it's 50,000. I'll write in the debit column 50,000. Next, we have salaries. Again, it is also an expenditure to us. In debit column, we write 50,000. Next, we have electricity. It is also an expenditure to us, so we write in the debit column 2,000. Next, we have sales tax account. This is also debit because it's an expenditure. So I write in the debit column 30,000. Next, sales commission. It is also a debit balance given because we are paying commission to the employee. So it is also debit, so I'll write in the debit column. So now what we will do, we will total up, that's it. We will total up these two columns. And if you look at the credit side, it is 68 lakhs, the credit side, 68 lakhs. And debit side also, just calculate. Let's calculate it once. $68 lakhs only. Debit side also 68 lakhs. So this is how we prepare the trial balance. Only just we'll try to find out whether all the balances are equal or not. If there is any difference, so we will transfer it to suspense account. If there is any difference, we'll transfer it to the suspense account. This is how we prepare the trial balance. Next, we'll look at the next one. We'll look at the next one. The same, that's how we prepare the trial balance. Next, we have rectification of errors. So who is writing these all journal entries or accounts, whatever we discussed, these are written by the human being. So whenever there is a human being, there is going to be some error that are called human errors. That are called human errors. So whatever the errors that are taking place, now we have to correct it. And we have four types of error that are error of commission, error of commission, and we have errors related not this. So we have four types of errors: error of omission, commission, compensating error. Yes, so like this, we have four types of errors, which will be or error by principle. Means writing the journal entry itself is a wrong thing. So like this, what we will do, whatever wrong journal entries they have written, we will rectify it. For example, what happens instead of crediting to the X account, we credited to the Y account. Actually, we should not credit to Y, but we have credited to Y. So that all that entry, sometimes omission means we have not at all made any entry in our books. We forgot to pass any entry in our books. That is called error of omission. Like this, whatever entries that have been omitted or principle means while writing, we are not following the principle of accounts and writing the entry. Error of principle we call. If it is done, that will be rectified. So like this error of omission, commission, error of principle, and compensating errors. Like these four types of errors are there. Whenever any error happens, that will be rectified by rewriting or rectifying or correcting the required entry by transferring the sometimes suspense account also. So this is all about block 1. Next we move to the block 2.
What is this suspense account?
Suspense account means in trial balance, when we prepare just no trial balance now, sometimes what happens if you just look at here, wait, I'll show. So here we are preparing one trial balance. If you look at here, there is some trial balance given to us, and here is the solution. This is solution. If this trial balance is not tallying, tallying means both debit and credit should be equal. Both debit and credit should be equal. But sometimes what happens, there will be a difference.
Okay.
There will be some difference. Means total may not be equal. Credit may be 89 lakhs or debit may be 87 lakhs. There is a difference of 2 lakhs. And we found that there is a difference in the debit side. Now we do not know where the 2 lakhs is there. Yes. In that case, we create an account called suspense account.
Okay.
We create an account called suspense account, and the difference we will transfer to that account. So what I'll do, for example, if here it is given like this. Instead of getting this balance, I got total as like this. Instead of 89 lakhs, I got 87 lakhs. I got debit balance of 87. Now it's not that simple what we are preparing here trial balance. Why? Because in practicality, when you work actually in the company, there you have to cross check all the entries from the day one also of the total year. So in that case, it's manually sometimes highly impossible. So what we will do, the difference of the 2 lakhs, we create a new account right here as suspense account and write the difference. We cannot here write balance carried on or balance brought on in trial balance. We are only totaling. So what I'll do, I write here 2 lakhs. And this will be shown in the balance sheet asset side as 2 lakhs suspense account. And this is in the case of trial balance. Now, we even come across suspense account in the case of rectification of interest. We even come across the suspense account in case of rectification of interest. Why? Because sometimes it happens like that. To rewrite that or rectify that particular entry, we cannot take the support of anything else. In that case, we take the help of an account called suspense account. You can just look at here. All the errors that affect one account affect that agreement of the trial balance also. That will even affect the trial balance. And because of this, there will be delay in preparing final statements because in the year ending, I need to find out whether the business is earning profit or loss. If earning some profit, I have to pay the tax to the government. The government will not wait for me. So in that case, not to have any delay in preparation of final accounts, what I'll do, I'll create an account called you can see here. Therefore, in order to avoid a delay in the preparation of final accounts, the difference in the trial balance is placed in suspense account. The debit side of trial balance exceeds the credit side. The difference is paid means if debit is more and credit is less, we write on the credit side. If credit is more and debit is less, we write on the debit side. It can be written on any side depending upon the question. Similarly, while rectifying the entries also, in order to rectify that errors, we create an account by opening that is called suspense account. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now in the next class we will start up with the next topic, that is final account, that is block 2. Okay. Thank you for the day.